Well, good morning. Welcome to Saturday morning, December the 11th. We are in the chapter entitled Lasting Treasures, and it's based out of Matthew 6:19 through 21, where Jesus is giving advice. Remember, this is a section that is called Kingdom Priorities. And we all know what a priority is. It's the most important things on our list to do, right? So for Matthew 6:19 through 21, it's about not laying up treasures on earth where moth and rust corrupt, where thieves break in and steal, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven where that stuff doesn't happen. It's the best investment. Can't go bad. So we heard from Basil the Great yesterday, and he was around from 330 to 379 AD. Well, we're going to go back even further in time this morning and hear what Clement of Alexandria has to say. And he lived from 150 to 215 AD. So he's even closer back to the last apostle to die was John, somewhere in the late 90s, maybe somewhere in there. So the church isn't really much past its first century, and we're hearing from this man Clement of Alexandria and what he has to say about treasures on earth versus treasures in heaven. He says this: those who are in earnest about salvation must settle the following beforehand in their mind, or as Jesus might say, count the cost. All we possess is given to us for the sake of meeting our needs, and one may attain that with only a few things. They are silly who greedily take delight in what they have hoarded up. He that gathers wages, it is said, gathers into a bag with holes, Haggai 1:6. Such is the one who gathers grain and shuts it up by giving to no one. He becomes poorer. Think of Ebenezer Scrooge. God brought our race into communion by first imparting what was his own when he gave his own word, capital W-O-R-D, common to all, and made all things for all. All things, therefore, are common, and not for the rich to appropriate an undue share. The expression, therefore, I possess and possess in abundance, why then should I not enjoy, is suitable neither to individuals nor societies. Much better is this: I have. Why would I not give to those in need? Such a one who fulfills the command, you shall love your neighbor as yourself, is perfect. For this is the true luxury, the treasured wealth. But that which is squandered on foolish desires should be considered waste, not investment. God has given to us, I know well, the liberty of using things, but only so far as necessary. And he has determined that our use of them should be shared. It is monstrous for one to live well off while many are in want. I just had those thoughts earlier. How much more glorious is it to serve many than to live sumptuously? How much wiser to spend money on human beings than on jewels and gold? How much more valuable to acquire friends than lifeless things? The following ought to be repeated again and again. The good man, being temperate and just, treasures up his wealth in heaven. He who has sold his worldly goods and given them to the poor and finds the imperishable treasure where is neither moth nor robber. Blessed truly is he, though he be insignificant and without strength and unnoticed. It is he who is truly rich with the greatest of all riches. Wealth is like a serpent, which will twist around the hand and bite, unless one knows how to lay hold of it without danger by the point of the tail. Riches, wriggling either in an experienced or inexperienced grasp, are dexterous at adhering and biting, unless one, despising them, uses them skillfully so as to crush the creature by the charm of God's word and so escape unscathed. In the end, it is not the one who keeps, but the one who gives away who is rich. And it is giving away, not possession, which renders a person happy. The fruit of the Spirit is generosity. It is in the soul, then, that riches are found. For righteousness is true riches, and the word is more valuable than all treasure, not accruing from cattle and fields, but given by God, riches which cannot be taken away. It's the kingdom standard versus the worldly standard. Just watch your commercials. Keep note of what they're pushing, what they're selling. It's all about here, now, possessing, owning, having, comfort, joy, happiness, that all of that, those things will bring, that new vehicle, that set of diamonds for your loved one for Christmas. This time of year it gets crazy, doesn't it? As though somehow having those presents, having those new possessions, having that new piece of technology, that's going to make you happy. And that'll make people look at you and think well of you. That's not the kingdom way. The kingdom way is, I have what I need. I can share this. Jesus commended that woman, that widow, who gave her last 2 coins in the offering at the temple. The rich came in, they plopped in a healthy sum, but it was a small comparison, a small amount compared to what they had. We're living in such a world where millionaires and billionaires are looked at as superior. What are they going to do with it all when they go? Who have they blessed with it? Blessings to you today from the wealth of God's word and God's way.